Oh, hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the next adventure. I'm Bob. Well, today, beautiful day, we are gonna get the kayak out on the water and explore around, just see what we can find and just do the normal thing. I do know across the way is a geocache that I spotted that I think we might try to make it across there. The tide's going out, so we might roll down tide for 2 hours and then it's gonna come back in, so we might catch it on the way back in. But yeah, that's about the plan, so let's get into it. All right, made it onto the water. And I don't know if you can tell, but let's see if you can look down into the water. This current of the tide going out, it's moving pretty fast, so it's gonna be good. So what we're looking at right now, so actually, well, over there is where the geocache that I hid is. There goes another guy out on his kayak. He's just paddling out there. He must have lost something, it looks like. All right, so let's get out and let's see what we can find, shall we? All right, I just kayaked over this little marina here. Let's see if I can get away from hitting this boat. Because that geocache I mentioned earlier, is over here somewhere, but I think it said that it should be high tide when you find it, and we're extremely low tide, but check this out. Kayaked over here, see this little raccoon? He's just sitting here shell fishing, digging around, watching me. He's the only one out here. And that geocache, I think, is going to be on this part of the bridge here. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll have to come back when the tide's up. Right now, like I said, it's really, really low, and it's on the way out. It's going to shift in an hour and a half. But look at this guy. He's just sitting here. See how close we can actually drift up to him. Just flipping rocks, looking for grub. All right, we're gonna go ahead and back off. We'll let him be. Little trash panda. We managed to make it to these little things I wanted to check out just out of interest. They're tied up to shore, I can see with a rope, and they look like old tanks of some sort. They've been here for a while. There's like a tree growing out of the hole in the top left of that one. It just looks like open tanks. Maybe it's old fuel tanks of some sort. Probably military if I had to guess. But yeah, check that out. That's pretty neat. I've always wondered. I could see that from afar from my house. I was just curious on what the hell that was. Now we know. Oh, I guess I failed to mention. I'll see if it's on the camera or not, but did you notice that boat? That's just not even, it's just up there on the shore. Seems like an expensive boat to be drifted up on shore like that. I don't know if it's always like that. I'll have to come back and check again another time. I thought that was interesting, but then I got sidetracked by the raccoon. So I just looked, and low tide is another hour and 54 minutes. So, like I said, this thing is flowing, and it's going to be pretty low tide. So I'm going to have to ride it probably pretty much out of this inlet and then catch it on the way back up. So be here for a while, which is fine by me because it is a gorgeous day. Or I forgot how much I liked kayaking. Uh-oh, we're going to hit. Uh-oh. We're gonna hit. Okay. We missed it. That was close. Oh, we're coming up to this bridge. Check this out. Pretty nice looking bridge, really. I think we're just gonna cut past it because I'm not gonna be able to really stop it. Some big pillars. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I never realized, I've lived here for probably 8 months or so, I've never realized on how fast this water actually gets flowing. It's a river. It's crazy. And it changes directions every day. I can get used to this though. Check this out. So that is the USS Turner Joy. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. If I got it wrong, I will correct that. But it's an old naval battleship, and this is in the marina, and it just sits here. It's now basically a, I guess you can, I don't know if they consider it a museum, but it is a, you can tour it. It's go pay a couple bucks and you can get in there and you can walk the whole thing, and it's actually pretty neat. So if you ever catch yourself in this area, I recommend doing it. It's worth checking out. If you ever, like me, if you're never spent any time on any big boats or you're interested in battleships, this one's got some history. It's been hit by some bombs. I don't remember which war. I couldn't tell you all that. I'd be possibly, it wouldn't be accurate if I did. So, but yeah, the USS Turner Joy, it's been to war. There's been a lot of guys that's been on that ship, and it has some battle wounds that are actually pretty neat to check out. Pretty sweet vessel. See if you can see some of this stuff down here. See all that sea anemones, however you say it. There's all kinds of it. There's some weird stuff that lives in this waters. Some nice slimy, gooey ones. I don't know what that thing is. Well, that was pretty neat. I'm going to go ahead and kayak back out of here. This is a pretty neat little wooden boat here. Let's see if I can get us over there. So, I talked to the people that was restoring this last time I was down here a couple of years ago, and they were going to redo this whole thing and have it like a women's way for them to, you know, learn how to run a big boat. And this boat actually has a ginormous engine in it that will, to go in reverse, you actually stop the motor and you run the engine backwards. And then to go forward, you stop it, and then you crank it forwards. And it actually came from Ballard, and it boated all the way over here from Ballard. It was a pretty cool story. It's a pretty sweet looking boat. A lot of work. He's been working on it for a long time. Pretty cool. Managed to paddle upstream for about, well, I don't know, probably a quarter mile or so. You can see back there is where I was. And I made it to the bridge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stretch my legs and walk on the beach here just a little bit to just wait for the tide. Once that tide shifts and the stream starts going back up, I will put the boat back in and we will coast our way back up. Well, that was scary. All right, let's see if I can do something flipping over. There we go. Make sure I got everything. I think so. So I'm real interested in a motorized boat, but I think I'm more interested in what is called a mokai. And what a mokai is, it's a motorized kayak. It has a little Honda motor in it, and it's driven with servos, and it's a jet propelled. So you can paddle it, or you can motor with it, which is sweet because it only needs like 6 inches of water to float. So that means we could go up rivers, and that's real intriguing to me, because being able to go off of this up a river on the same boat is awesome. And it actually folds into itself, so it's super compact to transport. So I'm pretty sure I have to get one, because, well, it makes a lot of sense to me. And I've been paddling for a lot of years, and paddling's okay, it's a good workout and it's nice, but I tend to realize that it's really not that great. I mean, it is, but you can't go that far. That's the only problem I have. Just like right now, without this current switching, I wouldn't be able to make it back up there. I would just be stuck down there. And if I didn't pay, well, actually I didn't pay attention. If I wouldn't have got lucky today, I probably would have aborted this mission, because I ended up getting on the water with the 2-hour tide change. Fortunately, not realizing that I needed that 2-hour tide change, because otherwise paddling back is just not going to be feasible. Yeah. Perfect. Awesome, I appreciate it. The guy I was just talking to, he put in the same time I did, and he's rolling like a 1980s ocean kayak. It's actually pretty sweet looking. It's smaller than this one, but it looks like it's pretty steady on the water, and he can ride the waves. So, but anyhow, he was telling me that stay on this side, because over there the current's still going out, and it's going to do something like this, like along like this. So this side's going to come in while that side's still going out. So we're just going to stay on this side and mosey up. And he says about 30 minutes or so it should start pushing us pretty decent. He says in a couple hours it's really going to get ripping through here. That's what he enjoys it. He's done this quite a bit. Well, as you can see behind me, we're slowly drifting back, the tide change. So we're just going to drift along here, and if anything comes up, I will kick on the camera. Otherwise, we're just going to drift back to the vehicle, because my other camera, some reason, is not working now. So, whatever. I mean, I can't get it to turn on, so we're going to head back. We're going to get this kayak loaded up, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. On to the next adventure.